Good morning, everybody. Keith Hill here, foodtruckhelp.com, the I Love Bacon Truck, ilovebacontruck.com. Here we are again, coffee sessions. I don't know what we're going to end up calling this thing, but I'm sure it will shape up and happen somehow. We'll get it together soon. So as of right now, we're just going to call this my early morning coffee podcast. Every morning I sit here while I'm having my coffee, give you guys about 10 to 20 minutes of something I hope will help somebody out. This morning I want to talk about why I'm doing this. I had a guy in a Facebook group comment, and he said, I hope you're going to start charging for this soon. Now, all that would be amazing. If it got to a point to where I could make some money podcasting and passing on information, that'd be awesome. I'm a businessman. I don't mind making money. I'm definitely not scared of money. But my main motivation for doing this is I'm doing this because I wish it would have existed when I started. That's it. That's how simple this is for me. I'm not trying to get anything out of it. Maybe I can down the line have a product that somebody wants to buy, or maybe somebody wants to buy a franchise from us one day. If they go, hey, this company really has it together, they've got a proven system, they want to buy it. But in the meantime, the podcast is strictly because I wish I would have had this when I started. Now, we started 6 years ago. Food trucks were just kind of starting to take off. There were a couple people making a lot of noise, Roy Choi out in LA and some guys in New York. There were some people making some noise that were very popular. That being said, there was zero information. The city government didn't know how to handle it. The state government didn't know how to handle it. The health departments didn't know how to handle it. It all came out of this fire from the internet, basically, that food trucks kind of swept the nation, and everybody wanted to do it. It was a good option, for people that may not be business people. It was a good option for chefs and cooks and pastry chefs and people that have never cooked cooked professionally in their life. People who cook for their family, and their family always says, you should open a restaurant. So that food truck was an option. Now, same thing with us. I like to cook. My business partner, Josh, who is a chef, he and I were business partners on other things as well. And then after those things wrapped up, he went to culinary school. He got really involved in cooking. He got into fine dining. Long story short, he moved away, came back, decided he wanted to go back into business with me, and we started brainstorming. So that's how we came up with I Love Bacon. I'll keep the details out just because it's a long, funny, but at this point I feel like it's a boring story. Maybe one day I'll do a podcast and just tell the story of how I Love Bacon got started. But that being said, there was zero information. We didn't know anything. We had very limited knowledge. We bought a truck, which this is going to sound kind of amazing, but we bought a truck. We found a couple in a bind in Atlanta who had just had a baby. They had just moved into a restaurant space. The restaurant space was failing. When I called the phone number attached to the sale ad for the truck, the wife was in the hospital when she answered the phone. She had just had a baby. So they were in a bind. Now, of course, we didn't take advantage. We didn't go over there trying to take advantage because we knew they were in a bind, but we had what we had. Between the two of us, we had saved up $14,000. Okay, that's $7,000 a piece. So we went and bought our truck with $7,000 each. And that $14,000 today has generated almost $2 million in sales. So when you put things into perspective, that's pretty strong. Now, that being said, for the first 3 years, we had no damn idea what we were doing, and we gave all that money away. We were paying too much for everything. We couldn't get our food costs under control. We couldn't get our labor costs under control. We got audited for sales tax from the state and then the county. Everybody went on this tangent government-wise, and they were auditing everybody in the food truck game. And it was tough. Of course, they're going to find what they want to find. They decided that we owed money. So, for a few years, we were just giving all of our money back. Luckily, Josh and I both had other jobs. the food truck thing was kind of I'm not going to say a side gig, but we had jobs on the weekends. We were in the nightclub business, and so we could focus on that during the week, and then we could focus on our nightclub gigs on the weekend. Now, still, the fact is we had zero information. I had no mentors. We didn't have anybody we could even go to. The city I'm in, Huntsville, Alabama, is a great food truck city. The city really gets behind it. As far as the city government really helped us and kind of put us on a pedestal and made our events, something special. And, downtown really wanted food trucks to be a part of the fabric there. So that was amazing. But the fact of the matter is we still had to figure out our path, and we made a ton of mistakes. I can't tell you a mistake that we didn't make. It was not ideal. It was rough. It was a rough few years, and we wanted to quit a lot of times. And I think the only reason we didn't quit was because just the city of Huntsville had our back. That was a big thing with us is the whole city was cheering food trucks on, and I Love Bacon was the, like I said, we've won Food Truck of the Year 5 years in a row. So I Love Bacon was a thing. I'm not saying we were any better than anybody else, because we're not, but we just had a little something that always kind of put us over the top. Now, that being said, Huntsville is a city filled with great food truck people. And it's one of those things to where those people that should be our competition have always cheered us on, and we have always cheered them on. Like, everybody really has everybody's back. I know food trucks are very, very competitive in some cities, but in Huntsville, we all work together. We all pass business off to each other if we can't do it. It's a very tight-knit community, and every piece of good news we've ever had for the company or for ourselves, all of the other food truck businesses have been right there being cheerleaders for us, and we hope that we've always been the same for everybody else as well. So I'm sorry for the coughing, guys. I'm starting to get sick. Just started snowing outside, and but that being said, we didn't know anything. The reason I'm doing this is to help people out. So I wish I would have had anything like this when I started. So there you go. That's it. Quick 8 minutes. I just rambled about nothing pretty much. But I hope everybody enjoys the podcast, and I hope everybody continues to listen, and thank you all for listening and feedback. You can go to foodtruckhelp.com and send me a question. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's a contact form there. So if you've got anything you'd like me to talk about, or any questions about the way we personally do things in our company, what I'm preaching is not the gospel. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for somebody else may not work for me. So I'm just here for help. I'm here for moral support. I'm here to push you to take it to the next level. So hopefully this helps somebody out. Foodtruckhelp.com, ilovebacontruck.com. Shoot me any questions you got, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you.